Hey everybody, this is Jake, and today we're going to talk about how to get your garden off to a great start with seeds. We're going to talk about where to buy seeds, we're going to talk about some equipment and materials you're going to need to be successful, and some other tips and tricks coming up. So let's talk about seeds. The two main companies I use online, one is called Seeds Now, and they're an online company, as well as Baker Creek Heirloom Seeds, and they're out of Mansfield, Missouri. Rareseeds.com is their website, and I'll put a link to each of these below in the description so you can check them out. Baker Creek sells all heirloom seeds, which means they have come from that specific plant, from the different farmers or gardeners, and they just keep collecting those seeds off those specific plants. Are they labeled organic? No, they're not, but they are organic because they haven't been modified. It goes from one farmer to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next, or that one farmer just keeps hanging on to that seeds year after year after year after year and keeps that line pure. It's not modified. They've not used chemicals on it, pesticides, herbicides, that kind of thing that would make it non-organic. So I really like this company. Seeds Now, they sell, again, organic, non-GMO seeds, and we'll have a conversation about what GMO is and all of that. That takes a little bit more explanation than I have here. But you want to look for that. You want to make sure it's organic, that it's non-GMO. Anything organic, anything that is organic is non-GMO. It has to be. There's just no way around it. If it is a true heirloom seed, it is organic and non-GMO, and that's what I'm looking for. Now, you can go to your local nursery, or sometimes even at Home Depot or Lowe's. They do sell some that are USDA organic and non-GMO. Again, by default, if it's organic, it can't be genetically modified. So you can find them there, but I got a lot more selection here from this company and this company than I ever would at Home Depot, or unless you've got a really good nursery. And I do have one. I've got an Armstrong to me, and they have a few there that I picked up there that I just didn't want to wait for here. So that's another option. Yes, you can go there, but I like kind of perusing their website on Seeds Now and here, and you can even get a catalog shipped to you from Baker Creek, and I love thumbing through that. That's awesome. Now the fourth thing is, these are seeds that I saved from a prior season. I let that plant go to bloom, and once it bloomed, it went to seed, and then I just harvested the seeds right off my plant from that prior year. So I can do that if I know that I haven't been using pesticides, herbicides, nasty stuff. Then I'm sure that what I've done I'm okay with, and I just save those seeds, and now I've got seeds for the following year, which is awesome because then I don't have to be buying these all the time. So that's a plus, and that's a whole nother video to make, and I don't have one yet, but definitely we'll be making another video about that. How do you save seeds and can keep this process going? Instead of me having to buy this on every season, I can just save my seeds, and so that'll be another video. So that's kind of a description about the seeds. So let me go show you what I'm going to do to get this thing going. So what we've got here is some organic potting soil. I've got this from Costco on sale. I think it was $10 for a 55 quart bag, which is pretty big and a really good price for what you get. But all this material, there's no actual dirt in this. It's all just kind of compostable material, whether that's just kind of leaves or twigs, or all this kind of organic material is just kind of broken down. There's no actual dirt in here. But this worked really good last year. I was really happy with it. It really got the seeds going nicely. I like to mix in coffee grounds with this as well that I've used, and I also have some worm castings, and I've already made a video on that, so I'll put a link right to that right here in this video so you can take a look at that. I've mixed some worm castings in with this, and that kind of gives it a kick, if you will, and really provides those nutrients from the soil. And generally they already have them in it, but it can't hurt to put a little bit more in. And I use worm castings for in the garden as well, but I put a little bit in the potting soil here. I've also got these trays here. Now, I've tried a bunch of different ways to start seeds. I've tried putting it in the ground, and I've had some success with that. I've tried planting them in the trays you can buy from Home Depot, the 36 or 48 cell tray that you can get, and it comes with a cover, and I really haven't had good luck with those. I have tried eggshells. I've tried the little expandable pods. It's basically peat moss. It comes like a little disc. It's about the size of a quarter, and it's about, I don't know, 3/8 of an inch thick, and you add water and it kind of just grows and expands. And those have worked okay, but you really have to watch them because it dries out like really, really fast if you're not paying attention. So I've tried that before and haven't had a lot of luck. Now, these, you might recognize these. These are kind of these 6-cell trays you get from your garden center. You can buy these online. I don't buy them. I actually go dumpster diving at my local Armstrong Garden Center, and I pour out whatever's in here. I just take these containers. These are perfect for a couple reasons. One, I've got a lot more soil in here, so it doesn't evaporate as quickly, and I don't have to watch it as closely. Two, this is what you get, and this is what most professionals are using, is this type of container when they start. So why not use what they're using, and for free? Now mine tends to have it locked up at night, and other Armstrongs, they lock it up like it's Fort Knox for some reason. I don't know why. And I've even tried going to like Home Depot or Lowe's and asking. I've seen some stuff online. Some people have had success. I haven't. I've asked, and they said no, we have to throw them out. And I've even looked for their dumpster, and I can't find a dumpster for Lowe's or Home Depot, probably because they don't want like people like me going through their dumpster. But Armstrong, or probably any other place that has a garden center or that is a nursery, or you might even try like a local landscaper and ask if you can have these, if they can just hold them for you. That might be a method too, because if they're planting stuff, especially in the spring, they just have a bunch of these and they just get tossed. But these work really, really well. So all I do is I just take my soil, and we're just going to fill this up. It's kind of real loose in here. And just give it a shake until it all kind of evens out here. And then after that, and if there's big chunks, there's big pieces of wood in here sometimes, and that's actually normal. You might find some stuff like that. I just toss it back in, and it'll keep breaking down over time. But then after that, I just real lightly press this down, and some will go down farther than others when I press this down. Again, just real light pressure, just to kind of compact it a little bit. And if you can have one, you can see like this one right here is perfect, and this one's needs a little more. So I'm just going to add a little bit more to that one, just to get it kind of. And this is not, there's nothing that needs to be perfect about this, but just kind of get it so it's level with these little guys, where the water can kind of transfer from one cell to the next. And that should do it. And now we're ready to put our seeds in. So let's put in some seeds. So I've got my soil ready to go, and in this particular one, we're going to plant these seeds from Baker Creek, and these particular ones are cucumber muncher. So we're going to go ahead and plant these. Now, there are some instructions on the back of any seed packet as far as how many per cell and how far down to plant them, and instructions for starting them inside if you can. So you want to definitely read this. Again, I've tried a bunch of different ways for starting seeds, and the best luck I've had, I'm going to just show you here. All I do is I take my 2 fingers, and I go kind of perpendicular at an angle here, and I make 2 indents typically about a 1/4 inch down, just like this, in all 6 cells. And I use 2 seeds per cell. I used to be real stingy and only put in 1 seed per cell. I would say 90% of the time, every time I start 2 in each cell, I usually get 2 plants growing. So we're going to do that here. So just take your seeds. Just be careful. Don't drop them. But I'm just going to go ahead and place these in here, and they're going to go down about a 1/4 inch. Now, again, it's really important that you follow directions, because these, I already know, they go down about a 1/4 inch. On most salads, you just want them just below the surface, if it's like for a lettuce or something like that. So it is important, but generally speaking, if it's not a salad, a very small seed, I generally just place these down about a 1/4 inch. Just place them real nicely and then cover as I go. And again, you think, well, this isn't very confusing, but sometimes I'm doing this and I've got 20 of these out, and I'm just going for it. But make sure you cover it as you go, so you're not putting 4 seeds in a cell as opposed to 2. So I'm going to drop these in. Again, you get a big chunk of stuff. You can take that out. Another big piece of wood. And this is actually, I think this is peat moss. It's kind of, see, it's kind of breaking down. It's not wood. So I can just leave that in, and I just happen to work out. I got 2 left for here and here. So you can just cover it up and pat it down. So after you put your seeds in, you just want to put a little, well, you want to soak these pretty good. Each cell, don't drench them, but soak them real good, and it'll dry out a little bit, as the days go on. But that kind of the first initial time, I want to just let it soak and get in that soil real good. And you can feel it; it gets very heavy with all that water content in there. And then generally, at first, I put this in, maybe not in direct sunlight at first, but put it in somewhere that gets some sunlight during, let's say, the morning, but not direct sunlight during the day. And that helps kind of warm this up and helps propagate those seeds a little better too. After 2 days, go ahead and check this. Make sure it's still moist. If it isn't, go ahead and just add a little bit of water. You don't need to soak it, but it still needs to stay moist. Also, read your seed pack for how long it takes these to propagate and how long it takes them to actually start to sprout, because some are 5 days, some are 7 days, some are 10 days, some are 14 days. And gardening is patience. You learn a lot of patience when you're gardening, especially when you're waiting for these things to initially pop up and you're waiting for your fruit and vegetables to start growing. It takes time. And yeah, I know we living as an American, I want everything right here and I want it right now. But just practice some patience with this. And you can see this one didn't go down. Look at that. Didn't go down very far. So I'm just going to push it down a little bit farther. Again, about, I'd say maybe 1/4 to 1/2 inch there. And just go ahead and cover the soil. And there's I think, yeah, that's my seed right there too. You can see it kind of popped up. So again, just press that down in there. You're not going to hurt the seed or anything. I got some eggshell in here, looks like. Pat that down. Another one in there. Push that down in there. And we're ready to go. But yeah, sometimes it will do that. You'll go ahead and water this, and all of a sudden the seeds will start popping up because the soil is not quite moist enough, and it just sucks the water in and just kind of pulls that seed up. So just check it. And it's okay. It's just see, I must got some eggshells in here. Eggshells are really good for calcium, so I've got a little bit of broken up eggshells in my mixture there of potting soil. That's okay. That's fine. It's not a seed. Just want to make sure. But again, go ahead and put this in somewhere where it's getting some sunlight. I would say for maybe 2 or 3 hours, or at least 4 hours a day, somewhere where it's going to get some good airflow through, and then you'll be in a good position. And again, it's going to take maybe 5, 10, 15 days for these to go from seed to actually start to plant. So I just want to talk a little bit about some advantages of growing your own seeds. In that, one, you get to pick what you want. You don't have to just go by what they have at the big box store, and that's an advantage. 2, there's a lot more selection than I ever thought was possible when you go online and look what's available. 3, you're going to save yourself a lot of money, because I can buy a starter pack from seeds now for 99 cents, where I'm going to pay at least double that at Home Depot or Lowe's. if not more, $2, $3, or the amount you save just by planting your own seeds compared to buying a plant, which is usually going to cost you at least $3 a plant, right? Either at the big box store or at your local nursery. I love doing this with my girls, and if you've got kids, it's a blast for them to come out with you in the garden, come outside and grow something, and to see what happens when they put a little time and effort into putting some seeds in the ground and see what comes of it. They really take ownership of it, and sometimes they'll actually even eat the vegetables. I'd love to get your comments below on any tips or tricks you have for growing seeds or starting them off. It'd be a great conversation to have. And if you like what you see, make sure you hit that subscribe button, where I'll be putting other tips and tricks on this channel. This is Jake of All Trades saying we'll see you next time. Hey everybody, this is Jake, and today we're going to talk... No, look over there. Look over there. Not there. Over there. No, look there. No, look there. Look at the lens. Yes. Hey everybody, this is Jake, and today we're going to talk about where to buy seeds. We're going to talk about some... Oh my goodness. Hey everybody, this is Jake, and today we're going to talk about seeds. No. Hey everybody, this is... We're going to talk about some equipment and materials you're going to need to get yourself off to a great start and be successful, and some other tips. Tips.